Hello everyone, the Mobapad Chitu 2 is here, and I gotta say, Mobapad has become quite good in making Switch controllers. They have become so good that I recommend buying Mobapad controllers instead of the official ones from Nintendo. In the box, you get the controller, an extra D-pad, and a simple USB Type-C cable. Here's a look at the black and pink versions. As you may have noticed, the black version has a glossy finish, and the pink version has a matte finish. If you don't like fingerprint marks, you should avoid the black and white colors, because of that glossy faceplate. In my opinion, the matte finish of the pink one feels much better. For the face buttons, we have mechanical switches. The stick shaft is made of plastic, but the controller has an internal restriction gate. Not only that, but it also has the smooth gliding sticks of the Switch 2 Pro controller, and it feels like a perfect replica. If you don't like the concave sticks, you can just install a stick protector, and then you'll have a flat surface. It fits slightly loose, but it won't fall off. The D-pad uses mechanical switches as well, and it's removable too. We can remove the faceplate, but the button layout is not swappable. And here we can already see the internal restriction gate and the silicone protection to make the sticks glide smoothly. There's a switch in the back that lets you change between the Bluetooth and switch modes. In the middle position, it prevents the controller from turning on. The grips is made of plastic, and we have two back buttons. The shoulder buttons feels alright, but the triggers here feels different. And honestly, it feels much better than any other trigger I've seen. In other triggers, there's a travel distance, and then there's the click of the mechanical switch. After the click, there's no more travel, and the trigger hits a rock-solid bottom. But on the Chitu 2, the click happens in the middle of the travel, and the bottom has a cushioned feel. Speaking about the ergonomics, the Chitu 1 was almost an exact copy of the Switch 1 Pro controller, and I like this ergonomics a lot. My only complaint with this controller was that the button sinks too flat with the shell. Unfortunately, the Chitu 2 is totally different. It feels like a mix between the Pro controller and the Xbox controller, and it's also much larger on the grips. When holding the Chitu 1, it feels like this. And for the Chitu 2, you must open your hands a bit more, like this. This is because the grips are different, and that difference is clearly visible, as you can see here. So the Chitu 1 feels like this, and the Chitu 2 feels like this. The dock looks pretty good. There is a pass-through port on the back, and you can use pen drives or other dongles. There is a magnet here to hold the controller in place. It also has rubberized feet that prevents it from sliding. The magnet is a bit strong though. You must remove the controller at an angle. The controller can be paired to the Switch too, and it can wake up the console. It has motion controls and it's fast and precise. There is a turbo function with a toggle mode. You can remap the back buttons, and you can record macros too. You can also activate turbo just for the back buttons. But the switches here are not of the best quality. It's those kinds of switches that fails if you press them too lightly. There's an NFC reader for amiibos, and it has HD rumble. It's also compatible with the Mobapad app. Here's a quick look at the settings. On PC, it works in the X input mode, and there is no D input mode. But you can flip the switch in the back to switch mode, and this mode has access to the gyro sensors. The analog sticks are very good. The dead zones are very small. There's no cardinal snapping, and the outer dead zones are also pretty small. The circularity is perfect, and it has around 950 steps of resolution. The D-pad is also perfect. The diagonals are easy to press, and the input is super consistent. Let's take a look at the manual before the teardown. The screws are located under the faceplate. Here's a look at the back shell. And here we can see that the controller has added weights. The battery has 1000 mAh of capacity. We can see that the triggers have a metal pivot, and this is the special mechanism for the triggers. If we remove the weights, we can also see the HD rumble. Each side has around 21 grams. Here's a magnet test on the TMR sensors. And here's a closer look at the stick module. It's very similar to the Pro Controller module on the Switch 2, but this one is made by GuliKit. Under the face buttons we have mechanical mouse switches, and they're also present on the Dpad. Here we can see the switches for the shutter buttons, and the coil for the NFC reader. Here's a look at the front shell. Checking the latency at Gamepad LA, the results was very disappointing. There is a lot of lag on the buttons and sticks. However, I saw that there was a new firmware update. I updated it and performed the test again. For the sticks and buttons. But actually, it seems that the website was displaying the lowest latency possible, which is for the switch mode in a wired connection. So I wonder if this latency happens on the Switch as well. Then I grabbed the slow motion camera and performed a lag test. And indeed, there's a bit of latency on the Switch console too. It's not a big difference, but it is there. Moving to the final thoughts, I think this controller is good, but there's potential to be better. It is the first third-party controllers with smooth glide sticks, just like the Switch 2 Pro controller. And this one uses TMR sensors. The Dpad and analog sticks are perfect, and the new trigger design feels great. There's HD rumble, macro, turbo, and 2 back buttons. And you have the smartphone app too. The biggest con is the latency, which is pretty average, and the poor quality switches on the back buttons. But still, if you have the Switch 2 or Switch 1, the Mobapad Chitu 2 is a great controller, and I definitely recommend it. And that's it for today's video. The links to the Chitu 2 will be in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.